Hello, everyone. It's me, Captain Blueberry Buckaroo, aka Lancer737, and today I'm going to be trying to visit everyone's Equestria that the game will allow me to do in a short amount of time. But before I do that, I would like to thank Be the Mice and congratulate them. They're my friend and they're regular on this channel, and I promise I'm going to do a reading of their story. It's just I've been so backed up, and then at the same time, I've been trying to take it easy with things because I do a lot of work and I just want to break from things. Heck, I don't even get to finish full blown games that I like to play, but I do promise to do a reading their story. It's pretty interesting. It's quasi MLP. It has some of the elements in it, but it's like a different universe. It's interesting, but it's their anniversary today for their YouTube channel. Their names, like I said, Be the Mice Sketches, and I just like their work, and they've been very supportive of my channel, and I'd like to wish them a good day too. So anyway, we last left off on Goldie Pants, but we can't visit them. So Coco Star, that's a pretty cool name. Joe, Spiky Pie, or Spike Pie, I should say. Rosie Pants. We get to visit Rosie Pants. Here we go, Rosie Pants. And it looks like they optimized their building strategy around getting to the elements as soon as possible, which I don't blame them. It's kind of bare bones, but like we're going down in levels, so that's to be expected, and that's not an insult. It's just, that's how it is. I barely had anything when I started. um, Everything looks lovely. How it's mixed together. I might turn the music down a bit. Okay. Looks lovely how, this is like the style I like when it's mixed with nature. All the housing and stuff. And I am going to have to say that what is on screen right here, that's my favorite part. I love the batches of trees and the little lake and then the buildings all mixed in together. It's almost like it's an outpost, this version of Ponyville. This is almost like what it would have looked like when it first came into being. Well, it kind of is here because it's being rebuilt after Nightmare Moon destroyed it, but you get the idea. Anyway, Rosie Pants, I wish you a lot of good luck on the campaign, and I'll see you later. You did a good job. So I hope everyone got to see the online MLP convention. I didn't realize actually it was going to be on so early, and I was going to sleep as it was coming on. I was like, should I stay up or should I watch this? I feel so tired though. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I can just watch a rerun of it. You actually could meet the cast in Discord. Not that actual Discord. That would be kind of messed up. That would imply that he ate you, and then you're having a meeting inside of him. He's like, "Hey, this is where the convention hangs out." Yeah, we also got eaten by Discord. This doesn't sound like a good idea. Yeah, I know. I forgot to bring any Thin Mints with me. This is gonna be a dull experience. It's like the Thin Mints is what you're concerned about. We were just eaten by a half-dragon horse thing that can manipulate space and time. And you're worried about Thin Mints? Okay, so going down the friends list, slow rate. Don't have much else MLP news. If you're a fan of Carol Danvers, aka Miss Marvel, the original Miss Marvel, aka Captain Marvel, it's just been announced that her second movie is going to be in this next phase of Marvel films. So if you like her, I hope you like this news. She is my favorite superhero, actual superhero. When it comes to comic book characters in general, she's not my most absolute favorite, but she's pretty close. The Punisher is probably first place when it comes to pure comics, not characters that are in multiple mediums. Let me rephrase it. characters that started out in comics before going to multimedia. So like there's other characters I absolutely love, that are top first place or tied for out of everything I like. But I'm talking purely, they started out as a comic book character before branching out into other mediums because, otherwise Princess Luna and like Proto Man, Master Chief, Darth Vader, Baron Phil, and Roy Fokker, and a couple others would be tied with first place if I was, just any character that was in a comic as opposed to characters that originated as a comic book character. Um, but she is awesome. I like her a lot. I wish someone could make some fan art of the original Miss Marvel or even the Captain Marvel. I don't mind the Captain Marvel suit too much. It's just I prefer her original Miss Marvel, or I should say her last Miss Marvel outfit before turning into Captain Marvel. But Princess Luna dresses her, human Princess Luna dresses her. That would be pretty awesome. I've seen fan art with Princess Luna as Tifa Lockhart from Final Fantasy VII. That was pretty cool too. So there has to be someone somewhere that has made Princess Luna slash Captain Marvel fan art. I've seen Princess Luna dressed as the Punisher, and that was pretty awesome. Makes sense to some degree. It's a split between having her dressed as him or Batman. I prefer the Punisher over Batman any day. Um, I like Batman as a movie character more than the other mediums, especially in comics. I especially do not like Batman and the version of him in comics. I feel like the way he does things is what's making things worse in the DC universe. Not going to get too much into that. But yeah, those are my favorites from Marvel. And pretty much all comics when it's, started off with comics. Um, I'm most excited. I mean, I'm really excited for that now. And then I was also most excited for the Black Widow movie because it has some characters in it that I was not expecting at all to ever show up in the Marvel movies, which was is he's known as the Soviet Supreme, but he has a nickname that's called Captain Russia because that's essentially what he is. He looks exactly like gear wise, he looks exactly like Captain America, but he has all red armor and he has some Soviet and Russian emblems on his gear, and I like the character a lot. Um, there's a trend that Russia's evil and bad, and so I'm not going to get too much into that. It's just with the way things are right now, I would not expect there to be like a pro Russia character. I mean, I guess you could technically count Black Widow as semi pro Russia based off of what she said in the movies, especially since she is doing things to protect Russia to a degree. I mean, it's also helping multiple nations by doing what she was doing in specific things that didn't involve other superheroes. But yeah, I just wouldn't expect a character like him to be in it, let alone that he is actually a protagonist because in he's kind of an antagonist, not exactly a villain. It's just he has different interests, even though the government he works for is not good. He himself isn't necessarily an evil character, but he's definitely like an antagonist to Captain America, and then he's portrayed here being awesome, and I really wanted to see it. And Black Widow is a cool character too. And they have multiple Black Widows actually in the Black Widow movie that was supposed to come out. Okay, main star. Nope. Mrs. Nope. Hippocampus. I've heard that before. For some reason, I can't remember, but I know I've heard that name before. Okay. Queen Music. Nope. Granny Star. Nope. Uh, a fellow Russian. Shining Daisy. Nope. Derpy music. Sorry. Cloud Daisy. we get to visit Cloud Daisy. Hello, Cloud Daisy. Here's a gift from me to you. Um, they have not reached the elements of magic and loyalty yet, but oh wait, even honesty. In fact, it looks like you know, they've gained a lot of level through other means, but they haven't gotten too far yet. But that's okay. From what they have done, it is decent. Evil Ratty. So I like what they've done here with this place involving both the Trixie stages. Looks very cool. That's probably my favorite spot too. Um, oh, you got a wreath over here. Yeah, as crazy as that might sound, despite the fact this also looks extremely cool, I think over here, this is my favorite spot. I don't know. I don't know why. There's just something very appealing about this spot right here. Especially the way it's designed. You could technically have multiple Trixies from different universes doing their gig at the same time, blowing everyone's mind. Like they could do all these special teleportation tricks, and they're both teleporting at the same time through the air, back and forth between each stage while there's tons of fireworks, and they could do some portal style. Like the game portal style stuff, but doing tricks with it. It'd be pretty cool. Anyway, Cloud Daisy, I wish you lots of luck with the campaign and have a good day. Now, unfortunately, I also was very much looking forward to Doctor Strange 2, number 2. One of my favorite directors slash writers was going to work on that, and his name is Sam Raimi. That name might sound familiar because Sam Raimi actually made the first 3 Spider-Man movies to ever exist. Not the ones with Garfield in it, and not the ones that are considered canon to the Marvel Universe. But the ones with Tobey Maguire, he made those. He also made the Evil Dead series with Bruce Campbell. And Bruce Campbell actually guest stars in those Spider-Man movies quite often. And that sounds really cool because he obviously likes Doctor Strange, because in those Spider-Man movies that he made a long time ago, he does reference Doctor Strange. And because the movie is about the multiverse, you technically could get a situation where the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man could show up at some point. That would be pretty cool. So, one that I'm not looking forward to is Blade the movie. The reason I say that is because I love this Nestle Wesley Snipes Blade movie so much that I hate it that they have to redo Blade. It's not fair. They shouldn't redo it. They should keep it going on. It just makes me pretty angry. Um, I'm not looking forward to the Celestials, and the only thing that I would even like about it is that they have Black Knight in it, and Black Knight is an Avenger. He also has descendants that call themselves Black Knight that are villains too of the Avengers. And I feel like it's very strange that he would be in a movie like this, because this isn't his field. As far as I remember, he doesn't typically have his own comics, but I actually did get some when they started making some, and there's nothing in his comics. I didn't get too many of them because when I got it, I was in the middle of moving, in the process of moving. I only got like 2 or 3 of them, but I mean, maybe that's not a good enough, um, long enough time to get a feel for how his independent comics would be. But there's nothing in it that would make me think that he is a deep space traveler. And then, technically speaking, since he's mostly an Avengers character, there's nothing in it that would make me think that this is a person that belongs in deep space. There could have been a couple stories where he and the Avengers do go into space, but it's not something that he's like normally doing nonstop. So it feels weird having him in a movie with the Eternals and Celestials, since those are like super powerful deep space aliens to a degree. If you're interested in knowing, Thanos, the main villain of the Marvel Avengers films, um, he is actually an Eternal. So these aliens that this movie is about his species, but he's kind of like an anomaly. He's the only one that looks purple. The rest of them actually pretty much look human. But to be honest with you, I think Thanos looks cool. Purple is awesome. If I had to pick between that or looking human in a Marvel series, I'd be like, you know what? I want to go purple. I want to be a giant hulking purple dude. Why not? Let's go all out. DC, I feel like is not doing so well. I think they wanted to catch up to Marvel as quickly as they could because, Marvel was getting tons of money with the crossovers with the superhero movies. They did it too fast, though. See, Marvel did it, all the characters had their own movies, and some of them had multiple movies before they actually crossed over, fully crossed over. They didn't allow that to happen in the DC stuff. Superman was the only one to get his own movie, and then Batman, Superman, and well, Wonder Woman crossed over. You can almost say they all crossed over to a degree. It's just those are the ones that directly met, and then the Flash. Well, there's debates over who it is Batman's talking to in that movie. Some people say it's the Flash, some say it's the Beetle. I thought it was the Beetle or Booster Gold. I don't know. I'm not that big of a DC fan, so I don't know their names and stuff like that. Most of them, I should say, because I do have some favorite DC characters, and you've seen me use them. My top most favorite DC characters. It's a tie between Green Lantern and Hal Jordan Green Lantern and Power Girl. Power Girl is awesome. Um, Now, excluding them, the other stuff that I really like in the series are all the Lantern cores. So that's something I would be more well versed in. It's just the other stuff I don't care much for DC. That being said, the Wonder Woman movie, which later came out after all the crossing over stuff happened, that one was good. The main villain was a little bit disappointing, but the thing is, I think most of the villains in the DC stuff have been disappointing, more disappointing than, the one she had to deal with in that one. Aquaman's was really good. I love aquatic themed things, so that was pretty appealing to me. And the villain in that one was good, but distracting because I know him best from the Conjuring series, so when I'm seeing him, I'm thinking of the character that he portrays in The Conjuring more so than the villain that he is portraying in the Aquaman movies. So, it gets it gets a little fumbled. That's what happens with some actors. They're so good at a certain role that that's the only role you see them as opposed to multiple characters. Like, if Ashley Ball does anything else, you'll still think of her as Applejack and Rainbow Dash over, those other characters she's playing as. Okay, carrying. Nope. Photo. Go get to visit Photo. Hello, Photo. Here we go. Photo Music. Don't forget to add Photo Music. Their friend code is right next to their name. Their place looks very nice, actually. Happiest tree ever. They got some flags going on there, which looks really nice. I like how in this universe, Twilight's tree is all the way at the outskirts of town. That would be a cool walk to go to the library slash home of Twilight. It's on the outskirts of town, so like you get to walk past some really cool lakes, and you get to go say hi to some ponies, or whatever characters, and then you're just walking down here. Maybe you'll get well, you're not gonna get a snack at Celestia's castle, but you can get a snack over here, and then you get to go on a nice walk in the outskirts, and you get to see the wilderness and stuff, and then it's at this nice cozy tree library. That'd be awesome. Um, let's see. And I think that part, Twilight's Castle, this section, this probably is my favorite section, to be honest with you. It looks really nice. Nicely done. I wonder if Princess Luna is here. Oh, actually, no, she's not. The element of magic has not been activated. Nor has loyalty. But I'm pretty sure they'll be excited once Luna does show up. Like the statues they have going on right there. Rarity's mom is running over the element of laughter, and so is Trixie. She's probably hoping to have a little bit of laughter rubbed off onto her, so that some of the times that she does not perform well, people are not just throwing vegetables at her. They'll have more of a warm-hearted demeanor when they go. And there's evil Rarity. She's going to sabotage Trixie's plans right now. She already did. She already sabotaged her with a curse. She just had to look at her, and she's cursed now. Things are going to go bad for her. Unfortunate. So, yeah, this place looks very nice. You did a good job, photo music, and I wish you good luck in the campaign, and have a good day. Okay, it's gonna take 5 years to load. So I did hear that there is gonna be, or should be, a Wonder Woman movie and an Aquaman 2 movie, and that is something I'm pretty excited for. I think they're working on a Batman movie. I think that's a mistake that they changed actors for the newest Batman. I actually like Batman. I was gonna say I like Batman as Batman. I like Ben Affleck as Batman. Um, I think the stress of the movie not doing so well when he was playing as Batman made him do some things that weren't good. He went back and I, he either became an alcoholic because these events, or he already was, and he was fighting alcoholism, but the events of the movies not doing as well as he had hoped made him become, alcoholic again, and it caused a lot of problems. I feel sorry for him. It remains to be seen if this new actor that's from the Twilight series will be a good Batman. But I have a feeling not. I do think the best Batman have been Michael Keaton from the 1980s, and then Ben Affleck, because they're more of the Batman that Batman should be. Like I said, the way that Batman handles things in the comics and in some of the movies when they're different universes, like the Dark Knight series, uh, I think he's making things a lot worse. Michael Keaton's Batman and Ben Affleck's Batman are closer to being like the Punisher, which is I think the way things should be done. Um, my biggest gripe is in the final movie. Oh, I can't talk. Spoiler alert. It's in the final movie in the Dark Knight series. He has the Batcopter. Tons of police officers are running down the street, bottlenecked, straight at enemies that have automatic cannons, lots of machine guns, rifles, missile launchers, and it's like only one person out of the whole police department has a gun. The rest of them have batons. They have like close to a mile to run to get to those people to try and stop them, which is, needless to say, very suicidal. If I was there, I would not be traveling with those people. They would be a distraction for me to try to get behind those people with the guns and stuff, or just anything else than that. Batman shows up to disabled vehicles, and that's it. They still have to run up to the people with machine guns and try to stop them, which is horrendously bad. Um, if this was the Michael Keaton Batman, he would have destroyed them all with his attack helicopter. There would be no one there to harm all the police officers and normal, upstanding citizens, or just normal citizens, I should say, because not everyone was in on the entire city being taken over and held hostage with a neutron device that could kill everyone. Um, but yeah, that scene always horrifies me because his part of his philosophy is not using any ballistic weaponry to harm people, and he doesn't harm people permanently at all. Which, I mean, you shouldn't just be going around harming people, but you're dealing with a terrorist group that has brutally destroyed people. They're holding the entire city hostage. They're willing to just completely annihilate it with everyone in it, and the what's left of the entire police force is running almost a mile up to enemies that have autocannons and machine guns and missile launchers, and it's like, no guns. I'm gonna just destroy these guys with the autocannons because I'm Batman. It's like, well, thanks, Batman, but what about all the guys with the machine guns? There's a lot more of them than autocannons. He's like, I'm Batman. I can do whatever I want. No guns. You're like, well, they have guns and you're not doing anything. It's like, I'm Batman. I know what I'm talking about. And then, like, yeah, they're all dead, and he's like, I'm Batman. I've saved everyone. It's like, you didn't save the police. They're all dead now. Well, don't worry. I'm the embodiment of justice. I'm Batman. um, all jokes aside, it's just that scene makes me wince because that's just what his philosophy got a lot of people destroyed. Um, the Superman ones were kind of worse though, or Superman one. Well, I take it back. There is a bunch of not so good Superman movies. Christopher Reeves is still the best Superman, in my opinion. His best movies being 1 and 2. 4 it has some good parts in it, but then it has some bad parts, and then some really bad parts. The third one is just really weird. There's only one good part in the third one. The rest of it's just insanely weird. The fact that Superman and Clark Kent being separated and becoming different entities because of a fake kryptonite, and then them fighting was an interesting aspect because it's like the two personas trying to fight over who is the true person at heart. Now, if they could have used that in a better movie, that would have been awesome instead of that movie, because it's almost like they accidentally, if not purposely, turn it into a comedy. I'd hope that wasn't the case. Well, it doesn't matter either way. It accidentally becoming a comedy is just as bad as them forcing something that's not supposed to be a comedy into a comedy. There's a difference with having an action movie that has comedy in it as opposed to a comedy that has action in it. And that's what Superman was before, but it wasn't all fun and games in the other ones. And then this one, it has like funny stuff going on all the time. In fact, some of the elements with him becoming evil, it was more funny than it was, like, oh no, Superman's evil. He's going to destroy us all. Instead, it's just him being a jerk. He fixes the Leaning Tower of Pisa in Rome. Okay, here we go. Queen. Not the band. Or maybe it is. Speedy. Derby Pie. Joestar. Ruby Pants. That would be interesting. pants made out of ruby. It'd be pretty durable and kind of cool looking. Lucky Daisy. Nurse music. No, cheese. We get to go visit some cheese. Cheese Pants. Don't forget to add Cheese Pants. Their friend code is right next to their name. Hello, Cheese Pants. Okay, their element has not been activated for magic. They still got the snowy thing going, which is, cool. Literally. I don't mind it. Oh, you got 2 rainbow dashes. I mean, this is exactly like what we're just talking about with Superman. You got the good rainbow dash persona, and you got this evil, monstrous, monstrously evil, extra evil rainbow dash that's plotting to destroy the good rainbow dash that's just, having fun right now and exploring town. And this one's like, can't have a good rainbow dash around. I want this place all evilly. And hey, actually, it might be evil rainbow dash why it's snowing. It's not supposed to be snowing right now. Winter wrap up should have happened already. And that, Rainbow Dash is going around like, why is it still snowing? All the Wonderbolts and I just fixed this place. Why? And then she's like, evil Rainbow Dash is like, I'm ruining everything. The crops are going to be ruined. Everyone's going to starve. Then I got to take out Rainbow Dash, and then I can destroy the elements of harmony, because then they won't be able to activate it with me as evil Rainbow Dash having the element of loyalty. I'll corrupt the element of loyalty into the element of corruption, disharmony, going overboard. But actually, that sounds like an interesting plot. I wonder if they actually have written that somewhere in a comic book or not. That'd be pretty entertaining. So, getting out of my creative mode, Starlight Glimmer and Applejack and Trixie. That's a pretty cool combination. Getting out of my creative mode. This right here is a candidate for being my favorite spot here. And to be honest with you, it probably is my favorite spot. I mean, not to say that everything else is not well made, because it is. It is well made. Amethyst Star. I would love to live out on this spot, have all this open space to myself, and be by the wilderness, and just take a walk, to this cherry place, this cherry store if I need to be. A lot of really nice paintings I can make of the terrain out here. With lots and lots of happy trees. Okay, so that was my favorite spot. Anyway, Cheesy Pants, I wish you lots of good luck in this campaign and a good day. I think I'm stopping at Cheesy Pants. Yeah, actually, I will. I thought it said 23 minutes, not 33, so I better wrap this up. I'm going to do a reading from the Black Book. And then we'll call it a day. And don't forget to add me. My friend code is at the top left-hand corner. Okay. Today's April 4th, 2020. Tomb of Lazarus. The traditional tomb of Lazarus is said to be located in the cave in the village of Bethany. Church scholars do not recognize this tomb as the final resting spot of Lazarus. Even the present city of Bethany itself is said to only be within the general location of the village where Lazarus, Mary, and Martha lived. The first mention of the tomb of Lazarus came from the 3rd century historian Eusebius in 390 AD. St. Jerome wrote about the church that had been built over the tomb. The church, called the Lazarium, was later destroyed by an earthquake. A new church was built, but Persian conquerors tore it down in 614. Crusaders built a 3rd church in the 12th century, but it fell into the hands of the Muslim invaders. The present church was built in 1952, and the site is maintained by the Franciscans. In the 4th century, Igria, a Christian pilgrim who wrote about her visits to such holy sites as Nazareth, described how the clergy and people of Jerusalem visited the Lazarium on the Saturday before Palm Sunday. Jesus cried out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, Lazarus, come out." The dead man came out, tied hand and foot with burial bonds, and his face was wrapped in a cloth. So Jesus said to them, "Untie him and let him go." Now many of the Jews had come to Mary and seen what he had done, begun to believe in him. John 11:43 through 45. Jesus brings Lazarus back to physical life, but the main point of the raising of Lazarus is not to know what Jesus, not to show what Jesus can rise. Not to show that Jesus can rise a dead man back to life for a time. The main point of the raising of Lazarus is to teach that Jesus here and now can overcome death. It's a revelation that Jesus offers me a life now that will never die because he offers me a share in God's own life. Lazarus will one day die again, but so what? I will die one day, but so what? Jesus offers me a life now that lives right through death, so that when I die, I'll already have God's life running through me. This is life that does not die. This is a stunning revelation. And that is April 4th's reading from the Little Black Book. And this is technically the last day of Lent, believe it or not, as a Catholic. The rest of it will be the Holy Week, which is slightly different. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading one way or another. I hope you're all having a good day. Stay safe and take it easy.